He's on the Olympic beat, but he's in Ashford. Charles Lambert, explain yourself.
Yeah, they gave me the choice of going to Athens, but I said, no, I'd rather be standing in a lay-by on the A20 near Ashford. This group here is the Ashford Wheelers. Hello, Ashford Wheelers.
Hello. Hooray!
These must be some of the hardiest cyclists in the land because they're planning to go out time trialling tonight on some very wet roads. Their president is a man called Jamie Staff. Now, Jamie Staff today has been competing in the Olympics in an event called the Keirin. Mick, you've done a bit of track cycling. Can you explain what the Keirin is exactly as we watch a bit of it?
Well, the Keirin actually originates from Japan, but what it is there are up to 8 laps and 6 to 8 riders, and they all come up behind a little motorbike which goes around quite a speed, and all jostling positions, and with about 2 to 3 laps to go at the end, the motorbike pulls out of the way and it is all one mad sprint for the finish line. Unfortunately, it can get a bit hectic and you can have a few clashes.
Now, in the heat we're seeing at the moment, Jamie Staff came just 3rd. That wasn't quite good enough. He then had to go into a repechage. Now, after he actually won the repechage, but after that he got demoted for jostling on the track. Now, Gareth is possibly the guy who knows Jamie best. How much training had Jamie been putting in for this event?
Well, Jamie used to be world champion in BMX, and in 2001 he decided he really wanted to win an Olympic medal, so he applied to British Cycling to swap events, come over to there, and since then he's been training 2 sessions a day on the track, and he's also been doing weights in the gym, so that's continual from 2001. So I really feel sorry for him today because I know the effort he's been putting in. I've seen he's been coming down to club with us training, and it's just a great disappointment, to be honest.
He's been coming down here?
Yeah.
I mean, that must be like David Beckham turning up for football on the local rec, isn't it?
It is a bit. It was quite good because at the end of May he won the World Championships in Australia for the Keirin, and then 5 days later he turned up and came out riding with us around Ashford, and he went to 10th and we did a race with us with the amateurs, so it's really good that he comes down to the grassroots of the sport.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully we'll hear a lot more of the name Jamie Staff in future, and we haven't heard the last there. Let's, however, move on to cricket, and Kent batsman Rob Key has celebrated his call-up to the England squad to tour South Africa this winter by signing a new contract with Kent. Kent aren't revealing how long the new deal will run for, but it does put an end to rumours that Key would decamp to Surrey at the end of this season. The Kent wicketkeeper Geraint Jones is also in the England party, while his opposite number at Sussex, Matt Pryor, gets a call-up to the England Academy. Let's move on now to the day's cricket action, and at Edgbaston, Sussex are making reasonably good progress. They bowled out Warwickshire for 346, and the latest score I have from there is Sussex are 115 for 1. Not so much good news from Old Trafford, where Kent are playing Lancashire. There was absolutely no play at all possible there today. Moving on to football, and last night was, well, pretty dismal for all 3 of our league sides in the Carling Cup. Gillingham and Brighton were both Goliaths, as it were, slain by Davids in the competition. As for Southend, I think the best you can say for them is that they were, well, unlucky losers.
A big night for Southend against West Ham, a team with enormous support in Essex. Southend might have taken a shock lead, but when no one could exploit Carl Pettifer's cross, West Ham broke away. Nigel Rio-Coker ran half the length of the Boleyn Ground pitch before feeding the deadly Marlon Harewood. In the second half, Southend laid siege to West Ham's goal. Pick of the chances, Mark Bentley's effort, which was deflected into the side netting. But it was Harewood and West Ham who had the last word. And once again, the goal came on the break. Not that the Irons fans will be complaining. They go through to round 2. West Ham 2, Southend 0. A shock at Priestfield, where Northampton's French striker Eric Sabin gave the visitors a surprise lead. Bad luck for Gillingham, with Northampton's second conceded just before half-time. Scott McLeish's shot almost certainly going wide until it took a deflection off Ian Cox. Gillingham pulled one back, Mama Sidaby heading home Matt Jarvis's cross, but it wasn't enough. Gills 1, Northampton Town 2. Great start for Brighton, Guy Butter's header, 1-0. But that was as good as it got. Midway through the first half, a mix-up in the Albion defence let in Rovers striker Lee Thorpe. 5 minutes later, Brighton keeper Michelle Kuipers did well to palm away Paul Trollope's effort, but was helpless when Ali Gibb applied the finishing touch. Albion 1, Rovers 2.
As for Charlton, they're playing in the Premiership tonight. They're at home to Aston Villa. Now, Charlton will be without their striker Sean Bartlett, who's got a knee injury, so it could mean a first start in the Premiership for Francis Jeffers, their signing from Everton in the closed season. Just finally, before we leave here, Gareth, Olympics 4 years' time, Beijing. Do you think we've heard the last of Jamie Staff?
I don't think Jamie will quite make that one, because I did know he was thinking about retiring after this Olympics, because he's getting to the age now where cyclists reach their peak. He's 33, and from now on, perhaps you might not see him in another Olympics.
Might, though, see him a bit more with the Ashford Wheelers then.
Possibly. Let's hope so.
So, well, I'm glad to see all these guys here are happy carrying on well past their mid-30s here. Well, I should be careful about saying that. I better get on my bike now, hadn't I? Good night.
Goodbye, Charles. Thank you very much indeed.
So I wonder how far he's going to get then.
We'll be off by now already.
He will be, won't he? Yeah.
It's all illusion.